Everyone. Told you guys I might go live on Thursday. I'm gonna flat out say it from the get-go. You guys will be chatting. I probably will not be seeing. It is bright out. It's very bright. There's like no clouds. It's sunny. I can barely see my screen. So the likelihood of me seeing you if you're in there is going to be very slim to none. Very slim to none. Not my normal stream. Normally I would be all up on chatting with you guys. Obviously when I'm out riding the horse and chatting, it just doesn't happen so easily. But everyone enjoys these. I can see there's someone there. Like I said, I can't see you guys. I can see there's a Angie Blackman there. I can see Angie. See, certain avatars I can recognize right away when I see them, so I know who it is. But it's hard for me to tell for sure who is there, who isn't there, all that fun stuff. Walker fam, what's up? Like I said, I can't see the chat very well in this bright sun. Everyone just seems to enjoy these riding streams. There's something that people watch later. So I'm just out having a little bit of fun with the horse. So we're out going into town, not into town directly. We're actually going to the main road, basically, on their grass. So yeah, train spotting fan, what's up? But yes, I thought, you know what, since I can't see the chat very well, I might as well kind of have a topic. And I know a lot of people have been wondering, how's homeschooling going? How's it going? We're into week 4. We're going to be starting week 4 Monday. So we're just about there at week 4 now. So how is it going? How is it going? It's going great, honestly. I can't complain. With Landon, we have dealt with some meltdowns. A funny moment, he had a homework assignment. He was supposed to spell hen, H-E-N. And it was one of the days he was melting down like crazy, driving me absolutely insane. Michaela, what's up? And I was pretty much thinking, this is hell. That's just my thought process at that point. I'm like, this is hell. And he turned around and he wrote, instead of hen, he wrote hell. He's H-E-L-L. There's hen. That's hen. So I was like, well, that's interesting. That's funny. Wilby, what's up? So that was kind of a funny moment. A moment that we all got a little bit of a laugh out of, because it was one of those days. Some days it's just like that. But for the most part, it's been going very well. I hope you guys can hear me. I know it's windy at times, so you may not hear me 100% well. But it's been going very well. I can't complain. Landon is now going into chapter 3 of math. He realized right away when we were doing some of the stuff the other day, he's like, Miss Whitney taught me this. Miss Whitney was his teacher 3 years ago. The one teacher that actually tried to teach him. So that was kind of cool. He kind of recollected it once we started working on it. But he didn't. He's still having to relearn the stuff because it's been 3 years since he's done any of it. Big Boons, what's up? Like I said, I'm actually seeing some of you guys, which is awesome. I hate ignoring you. But he's on to chapter 3. He's gotten B's at least on every test he's taken, which is amazing. I can't complain about that. He's retaining the knowledge. In reading, he's gone through 1.5 of his books of 8 books. He's not going to get through all 8 books in 1 year. It's just impossible. It's going from kindergarten level up to 3rd grade. So not going to get there. But for him to get through 1.5 books, I'm very excited about that. He's learning words. He's reading better. He's pronouncing the words better. All in all, there's just massive improvement for Landon. There really is. Would I consider sending him back to public school? With what we've had over the last 3 weeks of teaching, going into week 4, no. I wouldn't. I would not send him back to school. If he goes back, he is special ed. He would be going back on the track of a certificate of completion, which is essentially a piece of paper saying he went to school. He doesn't get a diploma. He gets, you went to school. Now, if he's homeschooled, he gets a diploma. All the more reason to be homeschooled. But he's learning so much more since we've had him home. He really is. And he's teachable. He is teachable. Tammy's Passions, what's up? So no, I wouldn't send him back. Autumn is doing very well. She's not needing a ton of help from me as of yet. She is doing Algebra 1, which is a year earlier than she would have been doing it. But that's just where she tested to be. Pre-algebra was too easy. She knew too much of it. Barlow's like, I'm not going that way. I gotta fix my reins. Sorry guys, I gotta make her listen, because she's just like, not gonna happen. I'm gonna go another way. Sorry, we're gonna bounce a little bit more, because I now have to actually ride. We're coming up on railroad tracks, and railroad tracks to her mean they are gonna eat me. But Autumn is doing very well. She's getting basically B's on all her tests as well. So I can't complain about B's. I'm okay with B's. She was failing at school. See, it's gonna eat her. I might have to get off and walk her over them, because she's gonna act like they're gonna eat her. Got big ears in your face. Got a car coming up, so I'm not gonna go over yet. But Autumn's learning. She's doing well. Sorry, I'm not looking at the chat at all right now, because I got a car coming up and I gotta get over some railroad tracks. We got over them, yay! By the police station. NWI Diver, what's up? But Autumn is doing really, really well. She's doing well with what she's doing. She's learning. I can't complain about what she's doing. Her writing is atrocious. So we got to work on that. We really do. Purple Tube, what's up? But she's doing good. I can't complain. I'm on the same stance with her. I wouldn't send her back to public school after seeing how the No Child Left Behind has basically affected children. They can't write for crap. They can't spell for crap. I hope you can hear me through this wind. But let's just keep pushing them on. They can be in high school unable to spell that. Like, it's ridiculous. It really is. It's absolutely ridiculous. Just the fact that they'll push on kids that are not able to move on. It's just, that just sickens me. I see Seventh Son. I see some of it. I can't read a lot of it, Purple Tube, just because of being on the horse. I hope it's not buffering. I see a buffer signal. Hope it's not buffering. If it is, I'm sorry. I'm on a cell phone. It could happen. But she's just, it's absolutely ridiculous, the No Child Left Behind, how they'll push a child on even though the child is not able to do anything close to grade level. So we're good. Awesome. So that just, I don't know, like, it just sickens me, honestly, now seeing that. The No Child Left Behind sounded like this amazing thing to many parents, and no buffering, cool. So that might be their internet then. The No Child Left Behind to many parents, it's like, oh, that's a good thing. That means all children are going to get taught. No, it just means all children are equally not going to get taught, necessarily. So it's not necessarily a good thing. If your child doesn't know it, they're not going to get taught it. They're just going to get pushed on to the next grade level. Especially if they have IEPs. When they have IEPs, they won't hold them back, which is kind of sickening. If my child is struggling just a little bit to where they need to be held back 1 year to catch up to their peers, then they should just be held back that 1 year. If I'm asking for you to do that, just hold them back. Just hold them back. Why should my child get pushed on to the level that they don't understand, struggle, get frustrated with school, hate school because it's frustrating, instead of being able to stay back and get that help that they need? That's just maybe my view. It might not be all parents' views, but that's my view. Don't blame you. Yeah, then that's like I said, that's just kind of how I feel. Everyone's yelling good stuff there, good stuff. They like seeing the horse go down the street. Like you see, it's a main street right here. We've got Troy, who is doing phenomenal. Like, he is probably doing better than he has ever done in school. He's getting A's on his spelling test. He's learning the spelling words. I don't know, he just wants to try. He wants to try. He's not so frustrated with everything, and when he doesn't understand something, I like the fact that I can go over it the next day again. We don't have to go on to the next concept till he understands it. So less frustration on the child's end. Like, instead of making them do something that they don't understand and then going on to the next thing, 23KC, what's up? I can just keep on, like, going back to what they're struggling with and teach them that. Like, if it takes them 3 days to get through how to tell time, it takes them 3 days to tell time. Instead of, oh, no, we got to get to the next thing. It's time for multiplication. So I like the fact that I can really focus in and teach them the stuff instead of making them move on regardless. I like it. I'm happy with it. it's a little stressful. You don't get much of a break. The kids are always with you. Only reason I'm out riding right now and I'm not with my kids right now. Yes, exactly, Purple Tube. Sent 1000, what's up? Like, the only reason I'm out right now and I got my break from them at the moment, which doesn't happen often anymore. COVID kind of started the cycle of no breaks, and then it just continues. Tammy, you can disagree with that, but the problem is if a child is struggling, pushing them on to the next level where they don't understand it creates frustration, which creates a hate for school, and that's the problem. Like, I don't agree with holding back students that are just struggling a minute amount, but they won't hold students back that are literally, if my first grader can't read a book at all, they shouldn't go on to second grade. So it's just that there's a fine line there, I guess, but the no student left behind just means your child doesn't understand it, they're still getting pushed on to the next grade. And that creates a really bad atmosphere for the child because they get frustrated and then they get angry and then they don't try. So it just causes a whole backward spiral of learning. They just don't learn anymore because they're so frustrated. It's just, and you have to build on each block. There's certain blocks they have to know, and if they don't know those blocks, they can't go on. They need those blocks, and not having them, I gotta get my reins back. I was trying to get my reins and it just didn't work. Not knowing how to read is gonna affect them in the long run. A leaf scared her today, guys. Usually she doesn't care about that stuff. But yeah, I know NWI is answering Tammy's thing. I didn't see it because I can't see the full chat. But I'm happy with them being home. I'm glad I'm able to focus in on what they need to focus in on and get them back on track. Autumn's writing is starting to get better already in just 3 weeks of me really working with her and saying, I went to the store and I got a cookie and I got milk and I got a cake is not a paragraph. And doesn't start every sentence, and I did this does not complete a paragraph of 4 sentences. It just doesn't. So it was just, with working with her, she's starting to understand that. I don't agree with the no child left behind. I don't. Plus, we've got, obviously, with COVID, and I was saying before I got sidetracked with everything else, the reason I'm able to go out right now is my mom has the kids. She went on an educational field trip to a dinosaur exhibit today. So I got a break from the kids. She asked, can I please bring them on this educational field trip? And I let her. They did do school for about 2 hours this morning still, some of the main subjects. But today was a light day. They got to go on this little educational field trip with my mom. Gave me the break. But what I was going to say too is another reason why I'm really glad that we're homeschooling. I'm really glad we're out of the schools right now. Yes, exactly. I'm sorry, I'm not seeing the full conversation going on, so I don't know what's all being said, but just know, like, everyone, there's no wrong choice here. There really isn't. It's just my point of view and what I'm seeing. But with this year with COVID, a lot of schools, I'm saying a lot. A lot of schools are on e-learning, and my school in particular, they focused on all through this COVID break on closing a school, going behind our backs and extending a contract on our superintendent, and they really didn't focus in on what they were going to need to do to open the school back up, to run the e-learning properly and effectively. So it came down to the wire, and they didn't have everything set up to go, so they delayed the start of the school year by a week. Not a big deal, right? Well, they started a week later, and meanwhile, a lot of students' paperwork they lost, so a lot of students didn't even get to start till 2 weeks later. They tried kicking students out of the school, which was beyond ridiculous. My adopted daughter, as I call her, was one of them they tried kicking out of the school. Tutor first. Yeah, but if they can't learn, I'm going outside the box of, yes, sure, you should as a parent get a tutor, but I'm saying you've already tried every outlet you possibly can, and your child still doesn't retain it. Not holding them back is just, I think it's essential to not play the No Child Left Behind and actually make sure these kids are retaining the knowledge. But what I was saying is they delayed some of these students by starting 2 weeks. Well, on top of it, the middle school did not have, if they don't get, they get a homeschool diploma. In Indiana, at least they do, but they don't get the, my horse is like, I'm going back the other way. No, you're not. The problem, though, is they didn't have, no kid might want to stay in school past 18, but so be it. If they need to, they need to. Like, this is, as a parent, we have to think of the long-term aspect of things. Like, if your child is not able to read and write and do math, like, are they going to be able to get a job and sustain their livelihood as an adult? If they can't do that stuff, like, you got to look past the fact that they don't want to be in school and do what's right by the child. It's just a fact of life. And most special ed students can be in school till they're 21. There is absolutely no reason, because most special ed students do stay in school till 21. There's no reason why they're not held back one grade level just to catch them up, instead of pushing them on, frustrating them, and them never catching up. I would rather my child catch up and be able to get a job. Couldn't see what you said there, Purple Tube. It's hard to read it fast because it's bright, and then it just comes up fast. Rhonda, what's up? How you doing? I'm going to have to go back and read the chat after the live stream just to kind of see what everyone was saying, because it's hard for me to read it and actually respond to everyone. It really is. But if you have an actual question, feel free to post it as a question on the video after it posts, and I will get back to you on that if I didn't answer your question. But on top of everything with our school system, I was saying, the middle schoolers, which 2 of my students would have been middle schoolers, did not have their schedules until yesterday. This is 3.5 weeks into the school year, and they didn't have schedules. So they had 3.5 weeks of school where all they did was sit in advisory and talk. So it's despicable. It's ridiculous. It's disturbing. On top of that, they lost so many teachers because the school has been cutting down teachers left and right for the last couple weeks and saying everything's fallen on the teachers. It's all the teachers' fault. It's all the teachers' fault. So in turn, it was NWI. But in turn, a lot of teachers are quitting. They actually are about 7 teachers short, and announced the other day they will not be replacing those 7. Well, during the school day, 2 teachers walked off the job. 2. Because of the situation they're in. They have class sizes ranging from 40 to 50 students. And because they're doing e-learning, the school doesn't care. They don't care. They're just keeping them with these high numbers because they're like, hey, you guys are e-learning. A teacher can't teach that many students. They can't. So all in all, like, the decision we made, it was hard to come up with all summer. It plagued me all summer. It did. It plagued me all summer. But I am so glad we made the choice we did. Because if we would have went back to school, we were going into hell. Literally hell. As my son put it that day on the worksheet, hell. If they did return to in-person school, students have to wear masks. That's not a horrible end of the world thing, but like when you're dealing with a special needs child with sensory issues, he would not have wore that mask. That's from public schools. I can't read it all. Vicky, hello, how you doing? Have a blessed day as well. Sorry if you've been in here a while. Like I said, on the horse, it's so hard to read the chat. It really is. I have to really pay attention to it, and I can't keep my eyes off of what we're doing too long either, because I am on a horse. But it's just, all in all, the choice of homeschool was the best choice for us. I think we made the right option. I don't think that going back to school would have been a good option at all. Endless Vlogs, how you doing? Great to see you. Yeah, it was the best option. It really was. Watching everything unfold with the schools. It's sad are getting left behind right now, even though they say no student left behind. They are getting left behind because of the circumstances. Different school districts are lower than others. There's just many reasons why a student would get left behind. Homeschool, if you can do it, it's a great thing. It really is. It's really a great thing. The kids are adjusting to it. It took a little bit more time to adjust, but they're adjusting. I'll answer the other questions I always get asked when I'm out on the horse, since I didn't answer those questions yet, and I might have been asked those questions. She hates motorcycles. I don't know if I lost you guys. There we go. All in all, like she's very good on the road. She does jump. She's taught kids how to ride. She's a good girl. She's a paint pony, so she's not technically a horse. She is a pony. She's 1 inch shy of being a horse. A lot of people think ponies are horses or ponies are baby horses, but a pony is all in size. It's all in the size. 14.3 hands or smaller is a pony. 15 hands and up is a horse. So she is 14.3 hands. She is literally 1 inch shy of being considered a horse. So, yeah, that's about all I wanted to talk about. Like I said, I can't see you guys well. I know I lost connection for a second there, and I lost some of the people that were in here watching. I apologize for that. I apologize for anyone I might be missing. My phone is saying I'm getting close to, I've got like 20% battery, so I won't stay on too much longer because I don't want it to die midstream, because then we get lost in Never Never Land. But I wanted to come on because everyone always asks when you're doing another ride stream. I can't see you guys well. I thought, you know what, we'll go on a topic because I've had a lot of people asking about how homeschool has been going. And so I thought, you know what, this is the perfect opportunity. We go up, we do a stream on the horse, and we'll talk about homeschooling. So I hope everyone has at least been enjoying the conversation. Maybe it's raising questions for you guys to think about yourselves. Like I said, if you it's windy today, probably just losing connection, but I am going to get off of here before the phone